I think it's time to talk about the insane double standards happening at Twitch. I seen clips of that girl biting dudes. What is her problem? Why did no one call her out for being weird? Now, partnered large streamers are starting to have their toes stepped on just for simply being themselves. Like a girl talking about very serious political things, and then someone else made a petty insult on her weight, and they get banned. But not the girl who made calls hoping that people get PTSD. Twitch being unfair to different kinds of people on their platform has been a thing all the way since back in 2018. I used to be under the sort of impression that Twitch was some morally superior platform, but honestly, now all of the things that have concerned me about any other streaming platform are now a blatant issue on Twitch itself. It's so insanely uncomfortable talking about this because while I'm friends with a lot of people who are part of this seemingly marginalized group of people that are like girls, part of the LGBTQ, like creators who are just not your regular bro, dude, guy, streamer, like I've watched the people that Twitch seems like they're trying to go to bat for not only be affected negatively by the entire platform's choice to pivot in this very harsh redirection from its roots, but a lot of them, honestly, were given false ideas of what their continued success and growth on the platform was ever going to look like. So many of my friends who have gotten front page slots time and time again found themselves wondering why what seemed like genuine exposure to grow on the platform actually has done nothing besides negatively impact their streaming career in a way that they basically lost motivation for streaming. I just don't see them around much. Imagine a platform understanding the kind of audience it has and time again going out of its way to put people on the front page who don't resonate with the platform as a whole. I understand wanting to give a spotlight sometimes to people who are way different than the usual stars. But like, come on. Time and time again, on top of the fact you're giving it to incredibly problematic individuals, and then turn around and actively ignore the streamers on the platform that are responsible for mass amounts of growth, and not commending them for their aid in building the platform up to what it was at some point, because it's just going downhill now. Constantly just throwing away growth opportunities for, really great upcoming content creators simply because they're not brand friendly enough for your taste to be on the front page. Did y'all know that you can't curse on the front page if you're up there being promoted? Like, I personally actually don't ever see myself being up there, nor do I want to be, if that's the case, because why would I change my vocabulary in a way that does not portray how I am on my actual streams? The way I am is so children and other people don't get the wrong idea when watching me, especially being a VTuber now. I need people to understand who my content is for. So you're supposed to entirely PG-13 yourself, and you also can't play mature games. Meanwhile, more than half the platform is people playing mature games. Hell, there's still gambling on Twitch. It's there. Like the slots category and stuff, it's there. Like people are still gambling. Games like Schedule 1 is about being a dealer. It's super popular still, like so many people playing. Like I don't understand. There's so many mature games. Like that's the reason why a lot of the people come to the platform, is because a lot of the content found on here is for mature audiences. How are you supposed to rinse clean everything? I don't understand. When I was blowing up, I had people reach out to me. May of 2020, my Twitch handle was Karma420, and I smoked regularly on stream. Still to this day, I watch a lot of really pretty girls with their camera on doing the same thing that I did. They sit there and they roll up and smoke on their stream. Yeah. My birthday is on 4/20. So it was just a big part of my brand. I had people reaching out to me left and right when I was pushing 100 average viewers. And they were like, "You're not going to get Twitch partner." And like, yeah, this was 5 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago. So, maybe now they've really changed their mind. But I had multiple people tell me who were Twitch partners themselves. 4 times I've been denied partnership on Twitch after fulfilling Path to Partner in May of 2020. And multiple times after that, I pulled Twitch partner numbers for over a month. But each time, like, I would have my community hyping me up for it, and then they would just send me a denial, like, instant. They wouldn't even think about it or anything. And I've had so many people just give up on me and my streams because, like, yeah, after being denied 4 times, well, it just seems like they don't want me. Like, and I had people telling me that the denial was because of the 420 in my name. So I took it out. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't try to do something, anything to change? So, whatever, right? Okay, I'll take the 420. But, like, I lost a lot of people who genuinely liked my content for me. And then I was left with the only people who kept watching my streams were people who were only there because there was a drop category that I was sitting in for the game I was playing. And then once that game wasn't relevant anymore, guess what? Yep, I'm back to point one with less than 10 viewers all the time. And I don't smoke on my streams because I want to be brand friendly. But, like, damn, I think I'm just shooting myself in the foot. A girl that just wants to play video games on the video game streaming platform, the kind of creator that Twitch claims to care about. They claim they want to help strive in this male-dominated sphere. But if you're not willing to douse yourself down and be brand friendly, you just better change or give up. That's exactly what I've done. Because I've watched people who barely skirted, like, they just barely touched 75 average viewers within 1 month, and their very first application, boom, approved. But you go through their content and they're so brand friendly. And it's just like, okay, whatever. I guess that's what y'all want. Like, one of the main reasons when I became a VTuber was because the living situation I was going through is a bit problematic, and I wanted to keep streaming consistently, but with my camera off. And now that I'm in a better place in my life, time and time again, I find myself, like, maybe wanting to turn my camera on, maybe do a full camera on stream and everything like that. But I just don't, because I'm reminded that I'm probably going to do myself a disservice, because I'm not trying to be a hot tub and pools category girl. Like, I'm not trying to be one of those girls. Like, shout out to them. I know they're getting their bag, but, like, I am too annoying and opinionated to just sit there and pander like that to that audience. Like, I could do it with a VTube model. Sure, my VTube model's a little spicy, I guess, but I don't want to do that as, like, myself as a real girl. Like, I find that to be way too weird. I can't just stand there and look pretty. I like yapping, and I like playing video games. So, I never turned on my Twitch streams intending to make that kind of content that I feel time and time again I've been pushed in that direction, because the way that I genuinely want to make my content and being myself has constantly, like, been just battered down, like, just not approved, just it's not okay. But I'm allowed to exist on the platform, but I'm just, like, not celebrated. Do you know what I mean? Like, gotta look brand friendly. I find it funny how I feel more brand friendly as my virtual character with her chest on full display than I do being my real self, because I'll, like, hit my bong or something on camera, right? Like, and also, that's up for controversy, because most girls on Twitch know that VTubers showing skin is more risky than real girls with their chests hanging all the way out. That's okay, because it's their real body, and they can't help it. But, like, if I can hang my real bazoongas out barely in my shirt, my V2 model should be allowed too. Like, that double standard, I don't even want to go into that. That makes me so upset as a girl. But anyways, now partnered large streamers are starting to have their toes stepped on just for simply being themselves. Like a girl talking about very serious political things, and then someone else made a petty insult on her weight, and they get banned. But not the girl who made calls hoping that people get PTSD. Just saying, she just like threw it out there and wished PTSD on people. I literally have childhood PTSD. I can't tell you how crazy it is thinking about that someone is allowed on Twitch telling people they hope other people get PTSD. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I deal with it. I am medically prescribed to be high all of the time by a doctor because of the horrible things that happened to me as a little girl. Because I struggle to sleep at night. I wake up with nightmares reminding me of the things that I've been through. My brain plays it in front of me as the same way as someone putting a phone in front of you and showing you a clip of something. That's what my brain does. That's how PTSD works. And someone who's allowed to stream on the platform, who is celebrated as a creator, I believe, by Twitch, goes around telling people she wishes that people get that as an illness. That blows my mind. And as a girl, I get lumped in sometimes with these kinds of people, and it puts me in this weird fence position I would really like to jump off of. Like, fine, people want to be vicious and speak bad about other people, but they don't get banned or removed. Then why do other people have to douse themselves down and be brand friendly? I don't, huh? Why do other people get to make outrageous claims, make the entire platform look bad, and those of us who want to sit around and be ourselves, we can't? And if we do, we just aren't going to be showcased. The bad actors who are making people write articles that make the entire platform not seem like a friendly place for new people to come and watch, the growing and aspiring creators who are just staying in our own lane, that traffic isn't there anymore. That's the number one issue. There used to be traffic coming to the platform for new people to be able to grow, but it's like we're actively choosing to chase off that traffic. Any good traffic coming to the platform, it's been halted. Just constant rinsing and washing for people to be showcased. And then some of them are just put on a pedestal and able to... I don't get it. I don't make it make sense. It's a double standard. That's what it is. What I don't understand is giving people a front page slot or any sort of advertising, marketing, putting them in front of people, and they exhibit no growth whatsoever. And y'all know who I'm talking about here. Like someone whose viewership just doesn't seem to change. And they've been showcased multiple times and they don't seem to grow as a creator. And when they host their regular streams, when they're just doing their own thing, they seem to actively lose followers. Is that not a concern to anyone at Twitch? Do they not stop and ask themselves, I don't care how brand friendly a person is. We've put them on the front page 3 times. They're not growing. Maybe try new people? Literally reach out to anyone else at all? I don't know. As a girl, time and time again, I've felt pushed back and away from Twitch because I'm not willing to succumb to the peer pressure of brand friendliness. And now seeing people getting bans and suspensions because they're criticizing girls who I myself, as a girl, am ashamed to be represented by. Like, these girls deserve the criticism. It's a male-dominated platform, and it's making it more hostile to the rest of us girly creators because the few girls who've made it big and are getting special treatment are being extremely toxic. Like, it's just not helping the rest of us whatsoever. And I've directly watched many of my friends who were girly or in the pride community, they've given up on Twitch. They don't stream often or at all anymore. They've taken themselves to TikTok. Like they're just not on the platform because the constant shoving us down people's throats who didn't want us, rather just like making a section for us. Like we wanted to just have our own lane. We didn't want to be the face of the platform. We just wanted to be part of it. Plastering brand-friendly and safe creators all over the front page, all over their Twitch, convention promo materials, all of that. Knowing they have a male-dominated audience who love unhinged and authentic content that isn't watered down, brand-friendly, garbage. Also, that's like, you want a bunch of kids on the platform? Like, I don't understand. A lot of the audience are middle-aged adults, I feel, at this point. You should still pander to your core audience. Like, you can't just ignore them while trying to showcase creators who have actively suffered from the promotion they've gotten on the platform. And again, for some reason, someone at Twitch decided if someone was girly or part of the pride community, that meant they were brand friendly and deserve special support. That is not the case at all. Some of these bitches are really nasty. Like, for real. I seen clips of that girl biting dudes. What is her problem? Why did no one call her out for being weird? Oh, that's right. Because a lot of the real creators who have just not been blessed with a random viral moment or come up, or they don't like using other forms of social media, they have to step on glass when speaking during their Twitch streams, because if you're not pulling tons of numbers, you can't speak your mind. And even when you're pulling tons of numbers, if one of their special picks at Twitch HQ starts dissing you, apparently you're still going to get punished. No one's safe. I don't know. I've just passed over 8,000 hours streamed on Twitch, and I just find it, like, really crazy. I was in my head thinking the consistency, the dedication, like it's all gonna pay off one day, you know? At this point, I'm just not sure if there will be enough of a platform left for it to be worth. If I do magically secure partner, while basically not being myself, because I show up as myself, I'm not very brand friendly. I don't want to have high viewership numbers again and then get a 5th denial just because some Karen who gets my application at her desk doesn't like my birthday and my doctor's choice of medication for, the PTSD that I have that people on their platform wish for people to have. Shout out to those girls. Just paving the way for us. Thanks, I appreciate it so much. Thank you for creating such a further divide and making it harder for us aspiring creators who literally just would like a lane for ourselves and not be demanding when coming into other people's space. If you're not invited, why push? But hey, somebody at Twitch was like, nope. Push, shove, make it happen. We'll see what happens.